Okay, I'm Scott. First of all, just wanted to say, is it okay if I'm filmed doing this? Yeah? So first of all, I wanted to say, pay my respects and say thank you to the Shamens. You're a very, very strong collective together. I think you complement each other perfectly, and your power and your strength is definitely, when combined, I think it certainly helps everybody, and it keeps you guys safe as well. To Jose, it's just great to see somebody that's had their calling, found their dharma, and has just been able to just create. And I'm all about creativity. I love seeing creativity and people bring things to life, and that's what you've done. Part of what you've done is bring together an incredible group of people in terms of the facilitators. The depth of talent in the group is unbelievable. They've all got different skill sets, they've all got different talents, but above all, they've got big, empathetic hearts, and they know how to deal with people and take care of people. So, well done, guys. Right, okay, here we go. I'll try to keep it relatively short. I haven't got a good record so far. But yeah, I dropped from the I dropped from the bigger dose last night. I thought everybody is chilling out. It's the last day, but I still wanted to get something from it. I didn't just want to, you know, just step completely back. So I had 40, and within an hour I dropped into just a nice little trance, slight visuals, nothing spectacular. But I did start to feel like the brewing of discomfort, the brewing of something was slightly different tonight. It wasn't just going to be a psychedelic joyride. It was going to be a bit more difficult, and I was okay with that. I was ready for that, and I was like, you know, bring it on. And so I went through that the first session, and then I had the second cup, and sat back down, and then after a little bit it started to build, and it started to get uncomfortable. I started to wrestle, my legs moving, everything moving, and yeah, it was just very, very uncomfortable. I felt things taking hold of me a little bit, and yeah, I was trying not to fight though. I was just, don't fight, just go with it, surrender. And I was in a good place. I was like, I'm ready. You can throw at me what you want, you can test me, I'm ready for the test. It was like the previous 3 nights had eased me in, and now I was ready for the test. And it was hitting me, and it was getting really uncomfortable, and I started to think about you know, like spirits and maybe demons. I was aware of everybody else in here, definitely felt connected, and I started to think about some of the, you know, the nice things people have said, and the relationships I've started to form here with, you know, to a certain degree with everybody here, you know. And then it was building, the energy was building, it was building, and I was, you know, there like, what's going on? Is there like a demon coming or something? And then, plot twist, I just felt all this strength and power come out, and I realized I'm the fucking demon. I'm the demon. And holy shit, how is everybody taking me in and not seeing this? I didn't see it, and nobody saw it, that I am the demon here. But very quickly, that just passed. I was like, well, if I am a demon, I'm a good demon. I don't feel evil, I don't feel nasty, I don't feel bad. So, you know, this is a world for everyone, so I hope this is a world for for a pretty nice demon. And so that kind of just then started to pass. And then I carried on for a bit in that vein, and then we would get through most of the night, and the personal Ikaro, I was sat on the edge and I just had this feeling, I want to make sure I get my Ikaro because I'm going home, and I don't want to be taking any bad juju with me. I don't, you know, I want to make sure I get my closing Ikaro, my Arcana. And I was focused on Justina. I was like, I haven't had an Ikaro from Justina this week. The legendary Mythica Justina. And I was like, I want that. I want an Ikaro with Justina. And then Eligio piped up. Eligio started his power coming through. And I was like, I think I've already had 2 Ikaros this week from Eligio. I was like, I can't deny myself, you know, that appeals to me, because I feel there's the feminine, the masculine, and as much as I'm learning, ultimately, I feel my masculine power. So I was drawn to the masculine power, the big show in the room, the big power. And I was pulled towards it, and I just went and I sat in front of Eligio. And I don't think whoever was even ready for me to sit down, it was you, Daniela, but I just invited myself. I'm taking this moment, I'm gonna get my Ikaro. And I think Eligio was like, okay, I've got to go again, let's go. Because he just finished, and he just like straight away. And I took it, and yeah, it was wonderful, but I could hear Justina, and I was like, have I done the right thing here? Because this is powerful, but I don't know if this is what I need. I don't know if this is what I'm here for. And I could hear Justina, and I was like, okay, it's okay. You've made your decision. Stick by your decisions. There's no changing now. Anyway, that was it. Came back to my mat, and then it got rough. It got rough. Power, the heaviness, the wrestling. It was like I was possessed, but all the time I was okay. I was so uncomfortable, but I was like, be comfortable with the discomfort. There's a mantra for life there, because not everything is comfortable, and you have to get comfortable with the discomfort at times. And this was my lesson. This was my trial. I didn't freak out. I didn't lose it. I didn't get scared. I was just like, ride it out, just ride it out. It's okay. Do what you will. Do what you will. Nothing is going to happen to me. I'm safe. I'm in the right place. And I think at some point through all that, I just must have dropped into a really deep trance. And then suddenly, bam, something pulled me out. It was like, Scott. And it's attacking me, and I was ready to swing, and then I realized it was David, so it was lucky I pulled that one back, because I was just ready to take out whatever was coming at me. And David said to me, or David, sorry, I just go all Espanol on you. And I just thought, why am I having another Ikaro? I've had one. I've had an Ikaro. And I said, David, I've had my Ikaro. He said, I think you need another one. I was like, yes, of course I do. This is just the last one I shouldn't have had. And I need this one because I'm in a state, and it's getting heavy, and it's getting too powerful, you know, really to end. So I went and had another Ikaro, and then suddenly it was horrific. Not the singing, not the Ikaro. It was just what was coming off and what was happening to me. I was just all shaking and moving and feeling like purging, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand this. It was like a vortex. It was like a hurricane of emotion and discomfort and shit. And then it helped, and I came back and I purged. I might have that wrong. I might have purged before I did it, but I purged heavily at some point during that period. And I came back to my mat, and things had passed and it had calmed down, but I was still stuck. I was still stuck, unable to, the medicine was still in me, and I was hearing the calls. I was hearing you saying, is everybody okay? And everyone was going, yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I'm still somewhere in this. And this went on, and then Daniela started to sing, and it was beautiful. And I was like, maybe this will help me. I started floating down the Amazon on my back, because you were singing about the river. And anyway, this carried on. And then the last point, and sorry, give me a little bit more, because it's important for me anyway.
You should start with that.
Yeah, I should have just started with that. This is the point. This is what I got to. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about for me. I started to focus on the feminine and realized that I made that mistake in going to Eligio. I realized that I should have gone to Justina. For me, this week has been about me inviting the feminine in. And it's about my relationship with women and my relationship with my mum. And right, let's get over the finish line. I had messages from my mum this week, and they were just simple messages, like she was obviously worried about what I was doing. It's all quite far out, going to the jungle, psychedelics, all the rest of it. And she was worried, and she was just sending me her love, and that was it. And I just started focusing on those little messages that had been sent to me, and realizing the relationship that I've had with my mum, and how much I love her, but how difficult it's been, and how I put so much in my dad, all the lessons, everything from my dad. I was a daddy's boy, and how I dismissed the feminine because my mum had her own issues, and it wasn't always the easiest. And I've worked with my mum in the last few years, and that's been quite difficult as well at times. And I just started to just invite my mum into my heart and to love my mother. Like, I love her anyway, but just more, just appreciate her. And I started to weep, and I started to cry. And yeah, and then it just started to come out, it started to ease, and yeah, there was a bit more, but I'll spare you. And but basically that helped me back and got to the end, basically.
So you can just turn it off now.
Yeah,